We are going to start early, I think. Let's see. All right, quite a few people here already. I like it. Kind of why I started early. Do not forget to hit the like button. Good Vibe Tribe. Yep, Melissa asked, what's the topic today? There is no topic. The topic is good times. And I have no idea what that's on. There we go. That's gone. Corey changed to Tuesday night. Yes. Yep. So just so there's no confusion, because someone mentioned earlier how I was stealing all of his viewers, which is totally backwards. It would be the other way around. Ross Fishtank says, I keep forgetting it's Monday. Hello, everyone, says Amanda. Yes, we will address the clickbait from last week and get everyone up to speed. To be fair, I told everyone in last week's video that it was clickbait in like the first couple minutes. So basically what had happened, real quickly, we'll go over it. I was supposed to be out of this house by the end of the month because they were selling it, or remodel, whatever they were doing, whatever deal they had. I had to be out by the end of August. That deal fell through. And so I'm basically still here to watch over the house until the next deal comes along. So here I am. I prefaced all that last week. So if you're upset about the clickbait last week, well, I don't care. There's not much more I could do. I cannot control your emotions, but I'm thankful to still be here. I'm thankful to get to spend a Labor Day with all of you fine folks, and hopefully we can have a good time. And do not forget to hit the like button. I love half orange. I love the half orange hat. I don't know. This is a brown hat. 2 shades of brown, but okay. Thomas says, present notification just came in. 10 out of 10. Video and audio. Thank you. Amanda Jean says, clickbait on YouTube? Never. Right? And especially right at the 2 minutes. Like the 2-minute mark. I said, yes. It's clickbait. I don't do it very often. I should be able to do it every once in a while. But that's all right. Fish room update, Xanadudu. If you go and look at the video I uploaded over the weekend for you, specifically for you, it is on my channel. It is in the members only section, unfortunately. And you know what? Weren't you all packed? I'm all packed and moved out. The only thing left in this house, I still have my kayak here. I have my desk and all my live stream stuff. I have my cot, and I have a blow-up mattress. An air mattress, because you can only spend so many nights on a cot, so I have to switch back and forth. But all my stuff, everything else is already gone. There's no tanks here. It's empty. But I'm here to take care of the house until until they do whatever it is they need to do with the house. Do you ever do YouTube videos on blue rams, or did you ever keep them? I never kept them specifically. I used to sell them when my website was up. However, now I've never really kept them as a hobbyist. I've kept and bred Bolivian rams. I much prefer Bolivian rams over German blue rams, any of the variants. Bolivian rams are by far my favorite. Kaler's Aquatics and Exotic. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. You can clickbait whenever you want. That sounds weird. I know. Yeah, I try not to do it. And technically, it wasn't even clickbait, because it could have been true. I'm still not set up to stream at the new studio, so if I did have to actually leave, I wouldn't be here. But so to answer your question, Andre, no, I don't know that I've ever done a specific video on blue rams. I do like them. If I'm keeping rams, I'm always going to go with Bolivians, because I like that they're larger. I think they actually look better if you can find some really nice ones. And they don't require as much maintenance as like a German blue ram. So, yeah, I don't know. I like them. I like them a lot. Bob, can you work out a deal with the homeowners? We got your back with super chats. No, I don't think I could go to the bank and be like, I'll pay my mortgage with super chats. How about that? I'm pretty sure I will get declined. Maybe back in like 2012 when you could get home loans without income verification. And then everyone's surprised that the housing market crashed. Oh no, what happened? Like, are you kidding me? But anyways, Bob brings up an excellent point. Not me, but Bob Kaler. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Oh boy. So yeah, I was just sitting here. It's sunny out. It's a good day. Figured I'd start a couple minutes early because I was ready. Hey Bob, stepping in for a moment, but I have to leave. It's the start of the Jewish New Year. In a few minutes, I'll watch the replay Wednesday night. Happy New Year to all those who celebrate. Joel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And happy... Do I just say New Year or do I say Jewish New Year? I'm not very cultured when it comes to that. Has anyone seen Zen? I'm getting worried. When was the last time I saw Zen? I don't know. I think it has been a few days. Bob, did he hit up the mall for a Cinnabon? I wish. I haven't heard from her since Saturday. I mean, that's only 2 days, and it is a holiday weekend. It's maybe camping or with family. I have her number, but I'm not really sure on the ethics of that. So I don't think I could call her. I could email, because she's emailed me. Bob's mods are getting bougie. She has 2 grandchildren now. Interesting. What size tank would you keep the ram in? Well, so if I was to keep, if you're talking about blue German rams, I would probably keep like a 40 breeder and get like 6 of them. Or I would get like a 10 or a 20 and keep 1. Or maybe like a pair. She was in Katie Tropical Stream on Thursday. Call her dork. No, because the way I got her phone number was from her ordering through my website. Therefore, I cannot use that number personally, like for a personal call. Although I'm sure she would be like, oh yeah, I don't care. I still cannot call. I don't know. That's kind of a gray area, getting people's phone numbers like that. Have I seen Candy since she's made the move? Oh yeah, lots of times. Yep. I have her as a friend on Facebook Messenger. She's been online lately. Oh yeah, that would be an easy place to check. Thanks. She's the goddess modest. Jay Oliver brings up a good point. It says, I hope everyone is doing well. Me too. I hope you're all doing well. If you're not, let's talk about it. Danks Tank says, just got a clutch from the longfin green dragons and got albinos in the fry. Oh man, I'm sure. I don't know what the odds of it. Like, there's probably some like 16.667% chance to get albinos. That's kind of funny though. That's, I mean, kind of exciting though, right? Anytime you get a spawn going. I'm just going through and reading some of these that I missed. I'm glad to see you somewhat settled, unless you haven't. Yeah, David, I just haven't left yet. That's all. Almost all of my stuff is, the house is empty. The dogs love it. I mean, the dogs are just running wild all over the place. There's nothing to get in their way. So they love all the extra room. Oh, geez. It's a little echoey, though. Echo. Curtis with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it, Curtis. I know they are Greg Sage's lineage, so it makes 100% sense. So are mine. I maybe have like 4 left. It tells me the last time. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about Facebook Messenger, it does. It tells you when someone was online last. That's kind of creepy, but it does tell you. Bob is squatting. I am squatting. I did have a conversation with the homeowners today, and we agreed that I would basically be the caretaker of the house. Now that I can be out in like a 2 days notice, like I could be out here easy peasy. So I told them, hey, if you want me to stay, I'll stay and look over the house and keep the lawn mowed and, yada, yada, yada. And when you get a new buyer and the deal doesn't fall through, just let me know. I got them from... Oh, did you get it from me? I can't remember. That was like 10 years ago. Trish says, I want Goliad Farms Peacock Cichlids. How big of a tank, Bob? Tank mates, I've never asked this question. So Peacock Cichlids are very awesome. I was going to say something else, but then I just said awesome. The nice thing I find about African cichlids, and yes, it would be really cool to have Goliad Farms cichlids and support Goliad Farms, so absolutely buying from him. But the nice thing about cichlids in general is they're really easy to get them to color up and look really nice. So it's one of the reasons I love cichlids. So it doesn't really matter the source. You can make those fish look good just about anywhere. But yeah, absolutely buy from him and support him. How big of a tank? Honestly, I would not even consider doing anything less than a 55, and that is like bare bones minimum. I would think if it was me, if you can do a 75 or larger, I would go as large as you can because you're going to get addicted. Once you get a couple African cichlids and their behavior is really fun, they're super colorful, you will get addicted. And so go as big as you can. But I would say 55 is the minimum. Tank mates, other African cichlids. You can do... I'm pretty cliche. I like Synodontis with my cichlids, but you can do Corydoras. You could do... I mean, there's honestly a plethora of African cichlids you can get. Who did I just see here? Ben Chart. What's going on, buddy? Love those catfish behind you. Me too. Me too, buddy. I just got 6 black skirt tetras for the 20-gallon Planet Tank. Awesome. Hey, Bob, did you get your new rice fish from Dan yet? No. Nope. I think they're possibly getting mailed out this week. He's just waiting on me to give him the word because I wanted to wait and see. I wanted to wait until I got new tanks set up in the fish room, but they're going to be going outside anyways. But I wanted to wait in case there was other fish that I wanted so I didn't have to pay for shipping twice. So yeah, now that I'm all settled into the new fish room, I've got 2 empty tanks, so I might get a couple extra stuff. I'll have to look on his website again. I freaking missed the member stream. I'm sick of YouTube's lack of notifications. Me too. So yeah, those fish should be coming either this week or next week. The rice fish. Pretty dang excited considering I just killed my galaxy rice fish. So they're going to be going in the pond that those were in. Yeah, buddy, I see ya. Hello. Rice fish? I've been looking for some. Yeah, go to dansfish.com. Normally I have it as a saved pinned comment, but I completely forgot to do that this time, so I'm going to do it right now. We can take a quick break. Go to Dansfish. I am an affiliate, so if you click on my link, I do get a little bit of a kickback. That's how affiliates work, in case you were born yesterday. All right. Gonna put that there. We're gonna pin this comment, pin message, and there it is. Member stream was fun last night. No fish talk at all. We might have talked fish for like a minute out of the couple hours. Yeah, so don't worry. If you're not a member, you're not missing any content, any fish related content anyways. So yeah, click that link if you want rice fish. Should be, last time I cruised around on his site, there was some. How's your day been? My day has been pretty good. I had, what did I have? I had steak and eggs for breakfast. I'm going to have elk burgers for dinner after the stream here. And yeah, I can't complain. Can Stefan and Gobi eat dried kelp or algae wafers? I'm 86.7% positive they will eat both of those. Well, there's some pretty junk wafers out there. So you can buy an algae wafer and they may not touch it, and then you buy a different algae wafer and they may love it. So just keep that in mind. Not to be a downer, but those wild-caught rice fish are from a lake that's 85 degrees year-round. Probably as tough as other rice fish, but I think they'll be just fine. I'm not too worried about it. I've never researched rice fish that couldn't handle highs and lows like that. And I'll be there, so I'll be there every day to check on them. If they're looking a little funky, then I'll pull them out. I wish I knew you were live last night. I wasn't on YouTube. Yeah, I also forgot to hop on Discord and announce it there too. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Like, it was one of those things where I was kind of exhausted, but I couldn't sleep. So I was like, I'm just going to go live. Whatever. What's up, Bob? It's just me. Oh, is it just me, or is there usually one godlike rainbow fish that refuses to be caught when moving them out of a planted tank? I caught like 15 super easily. It's always the last one. It's so frustrating. Every time I'm netting rainbow fish, I'm like, rainbow fish are so dumb. Like, they just let you catch them easy peasy, and then there's like one left, and that dude is the biggest pain in the butt. I swear, every time. I did find that the easiest fish ever to catch, are dwarf catfish. These guys are like possums. As soon as you see them, or as soon as they see you, they just freeze up, and you can just literally reach down, pick them up, and move them. I had my 125 that had about 16 banjo catfish in it, and every single one, as soon as I like dug it out of the substrate, it would just sit there, and I could just pick it up and move it. Oh, it was so easy. Zen Ginger, people were worried about you. She's here. Everyone can relax. I don't have to call her now. There you go. Zen Ginger is here. Whew. Everyone was worried about you, Amanda. They wanted me to call you. What's up from Texas? What's up from Washington? Nice Oscar fish in the background. Yeah, except that white one. The rainbow fish has leveled up. Achievement unlocked. Yep. That's funny. Hey, Bob Kaler. Hey, had family stuff. That's exactly what I said. Family stuff. Thankfully, it's not me. This last one rainbow has given me the biggest headache. I got outsmarted by a fish. Oh, man. I don't even think it's a rainbow fish thing. I think it's just about every fish out there. Especially when you're like in the groove and you're like, yeah, just netting fish. You're getting fish every single time. And then it's the last one. And it always takes like 15 minutes to get the last one. Steven said, I already said above that she was coming to the chat. Well, there you go. Everyone's looking out for Amanda. Ozzy, what's up? Says currently caught a planaria and have it in a Tupperware, adding fenbendazole. Let's see how much it takes to terminate it. All right, sounds like an interesting experiment. Bob, I can't get my CPDs to spawn, so I've never spawned these. Just to let you know. Tried to get a breeder box with Java Moss. Now I have a deli cup and guppy grass in it. I moved it from the front to the back of the tank because they're so skittish. Thanks. I can't get my CDC. Thanks? Thanks for what? I'm so confused. Do I love blue Oscars? I don't think I've ever seen a blue Oscar. Maybe I have. If I have, I don't remember. Barbara, hello. Have I gotten any new fish friends lately? So I've gotten L264 plecos and L397 plecos. Those are my newest fish. I'll be getting some rice fish from Dan here pretty soon. He has 4 rope fish, at least last time I checked. I always check every time I go to his website. I go to the rope fish, and there have been 4 rope fish there forever, and somebody needs to buy them, so I don't. Because I don't have any place to put rope fish, but I want them so bad. You have no idea. I'm going to see if they're still... let's see. Let's go to a store here. Here we go. Are they still here? Other live fish. Yep, 4 rope fish. Still just sitting there. Also, why is no one buying the Congo spotted puffers? Damn, that's such a good deal. But yeah, somebody go and buy those for rope fish, please, because I have no business owning rope fish right now, but I want them so bad. Okay, coming back. Don't forget to hit the like button. I agree. Pet Time says, I will buy the rope fish. Well, let's make sure you got a place to put them. Not saying you don't, but somebody needs to buy them, because man, I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. I've wanted a giant school of rope fish for so long, and the only thing holding me back is that it is only 4. If it was like 10, oh man, I don't know if I could hold back, because I do. Like, one of my dream tanks is a giant school of rope fish. A giant shoal. How big do Congo spotted puffers get? About 4 inches. They're community friendly. Such an amazing puffer. That's one of the reasons, besides being absolutely difficult to breed, that is why they're so expensive, because they do well in community tanks. They won't kill all your fish like other puffers. I do have space for rope fish. There you go. Do it. They're so fun. Make sure you have a very tight fitting lid though, because they will try to get out of the smallest of the small nooks and crannies. Which newts can live with fish, and are they aquatic? Most newts are not fully aquatic. I don't think there's very many in the pet trade, if any, that are fully aquatic. I'd have to go through and look again. But they're usually not really 50-50, but, you know, spawning, they go in the water. When they're done spawning, they get out of the water. I'd say it's probably about half their time spent in the water per year. What hat is that? Loving the colors. This is just a Columbia hat that I picked up at the Columbia outlet store, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter where I got it, but yeah. And it's someone said it was orange, but it's 2 shades of brown, and the trees are green. You can't really see it, but the trees are green. Bob, what size tank would you recommend for keyhole cichlids if you know what size is good? Ooh, that's another one that I'd want like a 40 breeder for. You technically don't need a 40 breeder, but I think you'd get the most enjoyment out of a 40 breeder. They're only like $50 brand new. I would totally go with a 40 breeder. Well, I guess it also depends on how many you're gonna get, right? But I don't know. I'm like such a big proponent of 40-gallon tanks over 20s and over 10s. They're not that much more expensive. You know, once you buy all the stuff, it kind of adds up a little bit more than like a 20, but still, in the long run, I think everyone is going to be way more happy with a 40 than like a 20 or a 10. In fish naming terms, that hat is red. Patrick, you have no idea how true that is. In fish naming, my shirt would be red. This would be a red pleco shirt. I never understood that, Patrick. Like, there's so many fish that have red in the name. Especially like African cichlids, you find like a lot of red, and they're like, there's no red. That's yellow. That's not red. Oh man. I think I got my keyholes from you. No, I never sold keyhole cichlids, but I do really enjoy them. The fact that they're in a 180 is even more awesome. Spanish rib newts. That's right. The rib newts are fully aquatic. That is true. That is true. How much are Congo puffers? $200, which is it's expensive. I'm not saying it's not cheap. I'm saying it's a good deal. And I personally wouldn't keep fish with newts. Probably not the best idea. Something that I would recommend for like not only advanced fish keepers, but advanced amphibian keepers as well. I need me some Bosemani ASAP. Well, go buy some ASAP. The link's right above on chat. Zane, what's going on, buddy? They're 129 here in New Zealand. At a $400 or $500 in shipping, and we're good to go here in the U.S. They're quite a bit more expensive here. So you're saying that a Congo puffer is $92 in New Zealand. Tell me, how much are shrimp in New Zealand? How much are your shrimp there? How much is a cherry shrimp in New Zealand? Do you prefer newts or salamanders? Which is best? There's not one that's best. I don't prefer one over the other. I currently have a tank with about 8 or 9 salamanders in it. I haven't shown anyone. Wonder if I could keep rice fish in a paludarium with red-eye tree frogs. I don't see why not, as long as your water section is big enough. No freshwater shrimp allowed. I know. I was totally trolling you. It's totally trolling. I'm saving up for a 20 high, and I can't decide if I want Bolivian ram or red shoulder apistogrammas. I would recommend apistos in a 20. Bolivian ram gets kind of big. I want pandacories and some type of small schooling fish. Which cichlid should I get? Yeah, Connor, I would totally go with apistos. Bolivian rams get way larger than apistos. Bob, why you bully me? I want to call it bullying. Just trolling. Steven says, Bob, how have the trout goodeids been doing in the tubs? So it did get down in the 40s a couple nights in a row, and I was kind of worried. And I haven't seen them in like a week, but finally yesterday I saw them. So the tub is like all green water, so that's why I can't see them. It's just like the darkest green water you've ever seen. It's so awesome. So the only time I see them is when I feed them, and if I don't feed them at the right time of day, then they're not going to come up. And normally I've been going to my tubs like around like afternoon time when it's like warm and they're not going to be very active. So yeah, if I go up in like the evening and feed, then yeah, I see them, and I finally saw them over the weekend, so I was happy. We're having a bonfire with our snapping turtle. Wait, is this like your snapping turtle is hanging out with you at the bonfire, or your snapping turtle is like you're cooking it on the bonfire? I'm so confused. I keep house geckos with my tegu. I could see that working. By the way, subject has been terminated. Okay. Okay. Think that would be cool. Subject is terminated. Brian Marshall, yeah, but they need really cold water. The only freshwater shrimp we can get in New Zealand, you have to catch yourself, similar to a mono shrimp. Well, at least they let you do that. I hope. CJ Black, woohoo, just got in from test driving my Jeep. Hubby replaced 2 ball joints and the wheel bearing. No wobbles. Wobble. That's good. That's good. Can be acclimated but don't last long in tropical temperatures from what I have heard. Wait, what are we talking about? What did I miss? I missed it. He's hanging out with us? Okay, so not the main course, just a campfire buddy. I love feeding my betta and black skirt tetras. I bet if you polled like your average fish keeper, feeding is probably their favorite thing to do. I bet that would come away number 1. I don't know what 2 or 3 would be, but I guarantee if you ask what your favorite thing is, it's going to be feeding. Death wobble sucks. Yeah, the old death wobble. I'm not looking forward to the day that happens to me. I have musk turtles, and I believe they're one of the smallest. One of the smallest. What do I need for a Congo spotted puffer? A 29, a 40? Surely I can rearrange something in this house for an extra 3 feet of space. I mean, you could do one in a 29, but I think, like I said, I'm always going to pick a 40. If you're asking me a 29 or a 40, I'm always going to say a 40. Amanda, do you still have green barbs? I don't think so. I think I was supposed to get her some. Or maybe she got them somewhere else. Melissa says, sounds like snapping turtle is for dinner. That would have been my go-to. Hey, Bob. Oh, Greg Jones. Man, I haven't seen you in freaking years, dude. Hope all is well. Did you get your fish shipment from Dan? Fish looked good. I did not do an unboxing video. My L264s were from Dan, and I didn't do an unboxing video of them. The L397s were from Aquatic Arts. I did do a video of that one because that was kind of the arrangement. 40s are my favorite tank size and mall liquor size. All right. Who sells orange rice fish? I don't really pay attention to retailers that much to know what they carry and what they don't carry. I do spend a lot of time on Dan's Fish just because he's got the best selection of rainbow fish, and I'm always looking. But as far as other stuff, I really honestly I don't pay attention to what people have in stock currently. They died with the freeze with the discus and tetras. That's what I thought. Yeah. Bedtime says, yes, feeding fish is so fun. It is. It's not only something that's fun, but it's also a really good time to give your fish a good once over. Make sure nothing funky is going on, because most of the times they all come out. You can see most of them, and it's a really good opportunity just to make sure everything's okay in your tank. Rico Stan says, there you are, Zen Ginger. Didn't see you for a couple days. Zen Ginger, you might be the most popular person in the fish fam, because there's been at least 20 or 30,000 people asking about you in this stream already. I haven't seen her since Saturday. What's wrong? You are well loved, my friend. Well loved. Was a bummer Bob, so I haven't replaced them yet. You know where any are. When I order fish for the fish room, maybe I'll order you some. I also have to order some plants, so maybe if I order plants and they have some at the plant place, which they do sometimes, maybe I can order you a dozen of them. I do I think 12 is the minimum to order. Sorry, family crazy. Life happened to me. I wasn't looking. Yeah. Love the Panagara, my new favorite fish I want. I have Gara rufa now while I wait for LFS to get the pandas. Panagaras are one of my favorite fish of all time. Bob, when I said the cost of $129, I meant for a 40-gallon tank. Spotted Congo puffer. Never. Oh, okay. Okay. I apologize for my trolling then. I misunderstood. Whoops. I usually count fish when I feed them, give them a really good once-over, try to catch any early problems. That's the way to do it, too. Can yellow belly sliders do good in the winter in Georgia? I have one in a 20 long that I got when I was pre-K. I went to get a 110-gallon tote and put her in the... so in a tote, I don't think they would do well. When it starts getting... Of course, I'm not too familiar with how cold it gets in Georgia, but if it gets, freezing, then they burrow, and they dig themselves under until it gets warm again. They burrow, kind of hibernate, although it's called something else that I can't remember. And yeah, so if you just have it in a tub outside, it's probably not going to do well. I need my CW111. You mean my CW111s? When is the next time Danny's going to be on the live stream? Are you talking about Dan from Dan's Fish or Danny, Danny's Aquarium? There's a couple Dannys. Like I said, dude, Dan's Fish is awesome. If I had more time, I'd buy a bunch of time. I don't really know what that means, but all right. But I agree. Dan is a super cool dude. I get to meet him in about 34 days, 33 days. He'll be coming to my neck of the woods. Oh, man. Do you think a leopard or zebra Daniels can handle temps 55 to 65? Those are my garage temps in the winter. I bet both could, but I would definitely keep my eye on them. Yeah, I would absolutely try it, and just know like you're gonna need a backup plan if they don't do well. Like usually, if you're taking something and you want to put it in cold temperatures, like I start it in the summer and let it acclimate like months into the winter. So if you're going to like your local pet store where they're keeping them at 78, 80 degrees, and you're just going to put them in your garage after, however long it takes to acclimate, like a half hour, they usually don't do as well as if you got them in the summer, kept them in your garage, and then they slowly get used to the temperatures going colder. That's how I do it. Like that's how I get my rainbows down into a 50-degree temperature. Do I know where to order rocket gar from? I had one before, but I don't know where to get rocket gar. I don't know that I've ever seen one for sale. That's a fish that I don't really look for, though, so I wouldn't know. Bob, the panda gar I got from you are obese, for lack of a better term. I think they eat all the extra goldfish food, and they are rotund. Do fish die from being overweight? Yes. Do I put them on a diet? Yes. You can absolutely overfeed your fish. Yep. Feel like I'm on my death couch. What did I miss? Sorry, I was AFK. Well, you missed about 36 minutes and 33 seconds of content, so you'll have to rewind. Dan's Fish is here. There he is. Dan Lee the Manly. Looking forward to meeting Big Steen next month. Hopefully. I just have to make sure I have a dog sitter. That's the only caveat. I'm not going to leave my dogs by themselves and go to Portland. So as long as I have a dog sitter, which normally my nephew dog sits, but he got a job now, so it's kind of, up in the air. But I'm still very, very hopeful. Odds, I would say odds are high. I'm definitely not going to make it to Miami this year for the ALA, but just the way things go. Would a heavily planted 45-gallon south-facing wall work year-round with white cloud minnows located in mid-coast California, highs 70s, lows? Oh, yeah. Yep. I overwinter my white cloud minnows. Like last year, there was a good 4 inches of ice on their pond, and no problem whatsoever. Can you take us to Danny's she shed? Well, not right now, but I am hoping to get some videos done in there. The 240 is going to be getting set up, so hopefully we'll have some content coming from the she shed. She said soon. She said soon. She said she shed soon. Whew. Jeez. Will guppies go with the betta? Yes, but you could it's very likely, well, not very likely, but it is possible that you would get a betta that just doesn't like other fish and will kill it. You definitely need the larger tank, the better, if you're mixing fish with bettas. I wouldn't do it with anything under 20, but some people do it with 10, so it's not a big deal. I just personally wouldn't try it with anything under 20. Make sure you have lots of plants, lots of places for the guppies to hide. Hope the move went well, Bob. It is going well. I'm still in the old place. The deal to sell, or whatever deal they had to get rid of this house, fell through. So I'm still here until the next deal comes along, kind of just watching over the house. This area is really bad for having squatters, so they really prefer that I stay here until they make the next sell it to someone else or whatever it is they're doing. I don't know. What floating plant do you run in your rainbow tanks? It always eventually ends up being duckweed. Someone's got the cone on. He's not very happy. You can't scratch your ear, buddy. That's why you have the cone on, because that's what you do. He's very miserable right now. Poor guy. Any good places to get dwarf cichlids, more specifically triple red cockatoides and blue agassizi? Melissa, man, apistos are just hard to come by. There's not like one place that I could send you that's always going to have apistos for sale. It's really hit or miss just about everywhere. There's just not really an Apisto person. I wish there was. They're on my list to breed. So at some point, you know, probably be not till like next year though. So there's just not a good Apisto place anymore. Like you used to be able to, you know, like Ted Judy. There's a couple other like old school dudes that used to breed a lot of Apistos and bring stuff in, but I'm pretty sure he shut down his site quite a while ago. My dog is going to be spayed soon. She's going to have a cone at 2. Well, he's got some allergies that flared up, so he's got to wear the cone so he doesn't scratch himself to death. Poor guy. He's got a lot of problems with allergies. So winter cannot get here soon enough for him. That sounds like living for a discount. Yeah, I don't pay rent. I don't. Can a red-eye puffer fit in a 15-gallon? Technically, yes. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend it, but technically it could fit. Steenfott, have you considered getting a used RV to put on your place this winter? I have a friend who just got a big one for less than $5,000. I have considered it. The problem is that if I buy an RV, that's just going to take away money to build my house on my land. So I'd rather just rough it out for a little bit and save my money. I do want an RV to travel, and I wouldn't trust a $5,000 RV to travel across country. Our cat defeated the cone of shame in about 30 seconds. Yeah, he used to. When he was younger, he would rip up cones just nonstop. But luckily, a dog is a little easier to train to not do that probably than a cat. I don't know. I mean, I've never tried to train a cat, but I'd assume dogs are easier. I got 3 female crown tails, 4 more albino. Oh yeah, Zen. So Zen says, I think Jason at Redfish Bluefish had a bunch of Apistos and other dwarf cichlids. If you can't find them on Get Gills. Yeah, I always forget. I haven't been on his site forever. But I will say the last time I was there was a selection of like rarer Apistos, if that's what you're looking for. I have some gorgeous rainbow cribenzas, but I'm dying for dwarf cichlids. I mean, cribenzas are kind of dwarf. Definitely not like really dwarf though. I know what you mean. First stop should always be Dan's Fish. I agree. Do you think I could Zilla Jungle Mix? It's a reptile peat moss mix in a no. You could put the Zilla Jungle Mix in like a filter bag and put it in your hang on bag filter. But no, if you put that stuff in an aquarium, it's going to be really dirty and it's going to float. So that would not be my go-to. Definitely not. You're better off just, and it's probably cheaper too, is just buying peat moss. I have some Goldfire Red Apisto Agassizii for sale. Goldfire Red Apisto Agassizii. That's quite the name. Bob Gaylor with a $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Oh, one more like to get to 100. Boy, we got a long ways to go. Well, luckily we still have an hour and a half to stream because we gotta get to that 150 mark, which we're not that far off. So don't forget to hit the like button. The like button. Let's see. One more. Oh, I already read that one. What's the best fish for 20 gallons? If I was setting up a 20-gallon tank, I would do nanofish. Just because you can get more fish in the tank. And that's always my goal. I would do dwarf Corydoras. I would do a Clara Pleco, which is an LDA08. I would do one of those. I would do a ton of Rasboras, some type of micro Rasbora. Every time I go to my local fish store, there's some type of fish breeding, and I'm so jealous they have bred common cichlids by accident. I don't know I'm not sure what a common cichlid is, and they hate it but raise them up until they sell. Probably Common, they breed all common cichlids. Okay. Never mind. That makes it a little different. Oh my gosh, Top Chat. Yeah. Top Chat is like the stupidest thing ever. Thank you for the reminder thank you for the reminder on the like button. Just smash it. Well, don't smash it. Smashing is so violent. We don't need to smash stuff. just caress it a little. Do you think mini Amazon sword is best in a 10-gallon tank or big Amazon sword in a 10-gallon tank? I think it depends. If you have a topless tank, then I would do an Amazon sword that's going to grow out at the top, because I think that's awesome. I love when my swords grow out. Peacock gudgeons for the 20-gallon. Yep, peacock gudgeons, rocket killifish, just about any killifish. If you want a cool fish, do the Norman's lamp-eye killifish. Probably one of the best inexpensive fish you can buy, in my opinion, is the Norman's lamp-eye killifish. They look so cool. Copper Canyon terrapins. Hey Bob, just laying here recovering from COVID. Glad to hear things are going well. Well, glad to hear you're recovering, my friend. Oh dear, you were solely mistaken if you were under that impression. What? Zen is not perfect. My understanding of this world has been shaken to its core. Lumpy dog is shook. You know, there's just something about Bob Kaler saying shook that just doesn't sit well in the universe for me. I just cannot picture you saying shook. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I'm smashing it, Bob. I'm smashing it. What is the quickest, easiest way to get rid of hair algae, Bob? Take it out. Just grab it and pull it out. Hair algae is super easy to get rid of. Normally, I take my planting tweezers and I just grab a bunch of it and I twirl it up really fast and it sucks it all out, and you just pull it out. It's that easy. And then feed less and do more water changes, because that's what's causing your hair algae. Generally, most of the time. What quarries? Uh-oh. There it is. What quarries are behind you with the orange spots? This little school right here. Those are Corydoras adolphoi. Adolph. Corydoras adolph. Just Google that. They'll come up. You went fishing today and caught 12 fish. Is that even legal? I think you can only catch like 3 fish here. Have you set up a freshwater clams tank? Not specifically. I have put freshwater clams in my tank and had them slowly die off because they're really hard to feed. There's another lamp-eye killifish that's less cool. The Kingii. I have a few of them. I got them back when I didn't know there was a difference. What is the common name of that lamp-eye? I saw it a couple months ago, and I was like, that's pretty cool. They don't look as good. But I know exactly which one you're talking about. I can't remember the common name, though. I use my planting toothbrush for hair algae. The little bristles grab everything, and then you just twist and wrap. Yeah, it's literally that easy. Like hair algae should be like the least of your concern as far as removing. Of all the algae, oh, it's so easy. And it's the easiest one to prevent from growing back. You just increase your water changes. Feed less. Got to go. Gonna watch Goonies with my sweetie. You'll have a great evening. We'll catch it on the replay. CJ Black, enjoy. I've never seen that movie. I've never seen Goonies. Oh, sorry. Sorry about the dead air. Was trying to hold back a burp there. Successfully, I might add. 125 glass tank with cheap stand is $650. 150 gallon acrylic tank with a nice stand has gone up in price recently and is around $3,000. What would you choose? With the prices they are today, I would honestly go used. There is somebody selling 180 with a stand for $250 in a local Facebook group here. I would go used. Honestly, I don't know that I could drop that much money for $650 for a 125 and a stand. Honestly, I would just buy the tank and build a stand. But if you're not capable of doing that, Oh man, I would rather have like 4 125s than 150 gallon tank. What's your favorite Corey cat? CW111. CW111. I want to see a truffle shuffle. Truffle shuffle. Anyone know what's that colored fish he has on his tank? Yellow on the side. I do not see any yellow fish currently. I made it. Scary Terry. While doing water changes, super sick. What's up, fish fam? What's going on? Sorry you're sick, buddy. Hopefully you get better. Feel better soon. The obligatory. I can't say that word. Whatever. Moving on. Never seen Goonies. I may have to subscribe. Yeah, it's one of those movies where I've seen like, if I patch together like all the pieces I've seen, I've probably watched the entire thing. But it's like I've seen 15 minutes of it here and 10 minutes of it over there and 30 minutes somewhere else. Bye, but I'll be back soon. See you later, Benjamin. See you soon. Had saltwater maintenance today. Hopefully that's not why you're sick. I don't think there's any frittata rainbows in this tank, are there? Maybe? I can actually only see half of it because all my live stream equipment is in front of it. I just don't see any yellow fish here. I don't know. I do not know. Oh, you're talking about the rasboras? You aren't missing anything. It's not very good in my opinion. Yeah, there's a lot of those cult classic type movies that I just don't get into. I've never seen Goonies, so I can't say that I'm like not into it, but I can say I've never been interested in watching it, if that counts for anything. I grow certain types of algae on purpose with increasing light to help feed my siphoning gobies and nearite snails because it just stays on the glass. Yeah, I am all for growing algae. I understand like not wanting hair algae. It is very unsightly and annoying. It doesn't look good, but there's a lot of algae that does look good and is beneficial. It's not Stand By Me, but it's close. I have seen that one. I have seen that. I used to really like blackbeard algae, but now having to tear down tanks and catch out fish that are full of blackbeard algae, not a fan of blackbeard algae anymore. Oh, it's the worst. The worst. Do you feed your fish, or do they just find their own food in a planted aquarium? You definitely feed your fish. Definitely. 100% feed your fish. Do you ever eat chicken? I tried to avoid chicken at all costs these days. If I go to someone's house and they're making chicken, I'll eat it, just to be polite. Go to a barbecue, someone's barbecuing chicken, I'll eat it again just to be polite. But these days, I try to avoid it like the plague. Goonies is possibly some of Steven Spielberg's finer movies. Well, that doesn't mean much. It's a frittata, but what type is it? There is only one type of frittata. Frittata is the name of the fish. Frittata is a pseudomugil, and there's multiple types of pseudomugils, but there's only one type of frittata. There may be different collection points, but yeah, there's only a frittata is a frittata is a frittata, or it's like a breakfast thing, I think too as well, right? Like a breakfast muffin something frittata. I don't know. I'm an idiot. What do you want? My hometown is Grand Rapids. All right. Just got some skunk cories. I love those. They are so dang cute. All 5 just schooling around. Also got a clown loach for my rainbow tank. They eat snails, right? They will, but they're also a schooling fish. And in about 100 years, they will get pretty large. So just keep that in mind. But you might want to get some buddies if you have, a large enough tank for them. Because they do like buddies. Buddies that aren't rainbow fish. I still have a tank full of low flow BBA. I still think, yes. So I've had that tank. I've done it many times. It's when it comes time to break down the tank, it makes it so not worth it. Like, if you have like a whole carpet of blackbeard algae and you're trying to drain the tank, you're trying to net out fish, they go right into that algae, and if you start scooping up, all that blackbeard algae just breaks loose and it becomes this big mess. No matter how cool it looks now after taking 2 tanks down that had blackbeard carpets, never doing it again. Never. Even if I know, like, I'm 110% sure this tank is never going to move again, I still wouldn't do it. Would you recommend the co-op air pump for a quiet pump for... Oh, yeah. It's... Those USB pumps are super quiet. Like, you can't even hear them running. About 40 minutes north of Detroit. Dan's Fish has a great vid on Cory eggs. Thumbnail shows albino Cory. Michiganders in the house. Why don't you eat chicken? Is there something... it's really hard to find real chicken. It's unless you like go to a butcher that's butchering, like, it's actually butchering chickens that are farm raised, like, locally. Like, every single chicken that you buy in a grocery store is not a chicken at all. It says right on there, like, injected like 40% with sludge. So gross. What they've done to those chickens is just... it's just really gross to me. Like, it's really hard for me to eat it. I was watching this doctor who sent in like 3 different brands, like all the big brands, sent them to a lab to had them analyzed. There was no, like, zero nutritional value, and the protein was like a quarter of what it claimed on the package, and zero nutrition, no vitamins, no minerals, no nothing. It's all HGH and antibiotics and filler. It's so gross. What is your deal with bow front tanks? I don't think we need to get into that again. Yeah, he does need some friends. I've got a couple in my South American cichlid tank, but they're like 7 inches. I didn't want to put the new one in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what you're doing then. Conspiracy Bob thinks chicken is tofu with alien lizard blood injected. No. I mean, every chicken that is... Oh, I don't even want to get into it. Bob seems to have a large following in Michigan, I guess. Michigan and Tennessee. I don't know what it is. I'm back after soon. I'm shopping for quiet hang-on back filters for my new 125. Thinking about getting 2 instead of 1. What is the one that you like, Bob? I like the Aquariums. And I specifically like the Aquarium 1 because they're self-priming. The pump is actually inside the tank, so you don't have to prime them. And 2, they have really big like tubs in the back. And I always customize my hang-on back filters for the media that I want. And they give me a lot of room to do that. It's really easy. And to be honest, most of them are pretty easy to customize, but the Aquarium it's just my favorite. Like, I don't know, it just is. I've tried them all, except I haven't tried the Tidal. I'll be honest, I haven't tried that one. But otherwise, all the other ones, like, I hate AquaClears. Like, I get so much hate for hating AquaClear, it's ridiculous. You wouldn't believe how many emails I get when I say I just don't like AquaClear hang-on packs. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get what the big appeal is. I'll give you the quick summary. Bob's favorite tank is a tall 10-gallon or a smaller Bowfront Hex corner tank. It's true. Bob likes big tubs and cannot lie. Bob, you are hit with the Tennessee Fish Mafia. Just don't let us down. Well, it's just bound to happen eventually. You just gotta, if you play the odds, it's gonna happen eventually. Don't get the AquaClear. Well, there's someone that agrees with me. I swear, it's like when I crap on the FX6s, man. That's when I get the most hate mail. Is when I talk crap about the FX6 and when I talk crap about AquaClear. FX6 is definitely number 1. No. Have you kept the Sicilian? They're not an amphibian, but no, I've never kept them. Just laying low, taking things slow. I have tanks set up and cycled. I'm waiting for my fish to be shipped. Looking forward to making content again soon. I buy my chickens from my neighbor who raises meat chickens. I mean, just if you really care why I don't eat chickens, just look it up for yourself. I don't know anyone who could like see what they do to those chickens and be like, yeah, I want to have some chicken. I'm sure there's going to be people like, I don't care. I like chicken. You know, whatever. Me, no thanks. Aquaclear has never done me wrong. That sounds like you're more of a contrarian than anything. Okay. What's the best hang-on back filter that I made? Well, there's not one that's best. There's just ones that I like the best. But I would never say, like, it's the best for everyone. It's the best for me. I like the Aquariums with the in-tank pumps. Yeah. They're just bulletproof. Like, they just work. At least for me, they just work. Aquaclear is made out of hard, brittle plastic that cracks easily. So you're saying don't drop it? Definitely don't drop it. I could see that, though. Making a chicken Sammy. All right. The 2 larger titles are awesome. Have you ever used the title? No. Nope. I've never used a title filter. FX6 annoys me with its on-off cycles that you can't disable. Then it shoots the spray bar crud into the tank. The one time I used an FX6, it does a good job. I'll give it that. The only thing I don't like about the FX6 is the price. It's just way overpriced. I've seen the videos, and I've seen the videos of cows and pigs. Still a carnivore. Am I going to hell? Well, chickens are a little bit different, though. Yeah, it's just different with chickens. Like, I don't eat, all the beef I eat is all locally sourced, farm raised cattle, not any of the like the mills or anything like that. But still, every filter has its problems. I don't particularly marry a brand. You can't really marry a brand. There's not really one brand that does everything well. So yeah, I agree with you. You can't marry a brand. Like the Aquarium lights, I think are awful. And I have some. I've used them. I just don't think they're very good. So I would never marry a brand. My Aquaclear showed up a little broken, brittle. I personally just glued a piece of plastic to the bottom, still running. If you were setting up 75, what would you do for filtration? Canister, hang on back, sponge, maybe a combo. Well, it depends on what was going in it, Papa Smurf. It really just depends what was going in it. For me to set up a canister filter, I would not. At this point, when would I use a canister filter? Maybe if I just had like 2 or 3 tanks, because servicing a canister filter is by far like the most time consuming of any of the filters. Which is like the FX6, they had them for, $180 at PetSmart on Black Friday. Yeah. If you can get them on the Black Friday deal, I think they're a really good filter for the price. But when they're $300, that's a bit ridiculous. Just do your research on the meat you want to consume and you'll be good. Yeah, like I'm not here to preach. Like, I mean, chicken, eat what you want to eat. I don't care. I'm just telling you why I don't. I'm not trying to preach to you guys. I'm not trying to, throw my beliefs on you. I'm just, someone asked, so I'm saying it. Eat what you want to eat. I don't care. Wait. South and Central American. So 75, like central, like cichlids, planet tank, community tank. Would you deny any brands that would want to sponsor? I've denied Fluval. Well, I didn't deny Fluval. They just didn't agree to my terms. Yeah, I don't take sponsors from companies that I wouldn't like. I don't care how much money they give me. I would never sell out. Yeah, I would only take sponsors from companies I believe in. When like Fluval contacted me and wanted to give me an FX4, this was like a couple years ago when they gave like every YouTuber under the sun an FX4 in exchange for a video. I was like, no, like for as much crap I've said about those canister filters, there's no way I would make a video on one. But in return, I said, look, I don't need the filter. If you want to send me a check for $200, which is for what the FX4 costs, sure. Send me a check for the retail amount. But no, I'm kidding. I responded and said, I don't need a canister filter, but I do need a tank for my Tanks for Teachers program. I got a teacher that needs a fish tank. So instead of an FX4, if you want to send me one of your smaller fish tanks, I would take that. And it was crickets. They never even responded. So screw Fluval is what I say. They have really good lights, though. I do like their lights. They're expensive as well, but they're, in my opinion, as far as planted lights, in that tier, they're probably one of the best, in my opinion. When the last canister filter dies, I won't replace it. Hang on back sponge and boxes for my less than 100 gallon tanks. Planted community, sorry, I should have given more info. So Papa Smurf, I would just do like a hang on back and, you know, maybe a sponge filter. I love to keep a sponge filter in all my tanks, just for backup. Like if the power goes out, it's a lot easier to get like a little USB air pump to power the sponge filter, and it just way less stressful if you lose power or something happens like that. If your hang on back filter breaks, or let's just say you have a power cycle and it loses its prime and it doesn't come back on, you still have the sponge filter as a backup. So I like to pair my hang on back with sponge filters. Depending on the bioload, I may just do only sponge filters, especially if it's heavily planted. Then I would only do sponge filters and maybe like a power head for circulation. Just be a few examples of what I do. Michael Faulkner, what's going on, buddy? Yes, I will keep eating that yummy Java moss. I just stick it in my hand, my tanks, and munch down. I bet the snails that are all in there are like a nice little treat for you too, huh? Here in Texas, FX, Texas, or 400. What? Here in Texas, FX 6 maybe, or 400? I don't know. I don't know. Tallahassee Ned says, Bob, when you eventually move, where will you go? Will you still have a fish room? I do have a fish room, and I have a studio. And that's all I have so far. Plants and sponges are my go-to setup. I mean, realistically, that's all your tank needs. And there's even some debate there. Like, do you really need a sponge filter? There's too many benefits of having an air stone. And if you're going to run an air stone, why not just run a sponge filter as well? Or I guess instead of an air stone. You could also blow in the air tube if the power goes out. Good old-fashioned lung power. Wouldn't that be CO2 you're exhaling, though? You're going to gas off all your fish with CO2? Trish says, my hang-on backs all have sponge filters going, too. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'll be doing this week, is setting up my air loop system for my linear pump. Right now, everything is going off like either the USB pumps or Tetra Whisper pumps. EZE Aquatics, hello, late for the party. Welcome, buddy. Fish tank salad. Java moss. Guppy grass. Duckweed. Get some ranch. Mix it all up. Good to go. Water movement is all you really need with plants, of course. Yep. If you don't have water movement in your planted tanks, you're going to get algae for sure. Exhale has plenty of unclaimed oxygen. Not with my lungs, buddy. My lungs use 100% of the oxygen I breathe in. Your lungs might not be as efficient because you're a runner. But me, as a fat guy that just sits around all day, my lungs use all the oxygen they can take. Do you like Cuban cichlids? They're all right. I probably never keep one, but they're okay. Nights are getting chilly in western Pennsylvania. Summer tubbing over. Yeah, I figure I probably got till the end of this month myself, and it's not gonna be fun. So I've got a tub that has hundreds of fry, hundreds and hundreds of Buenos Aires tetra fry, and I'm not looking forward to scooping all those out. Like, if I was to guess, with no exaggeration, there's probably about 200, which when it comes to tetras, breeding is not that much. But when it comes to scooping them out of a 300-gallon tub, that is a lot. And it's going to take, that's going to be like an all-day project. Because I'm someone, I won't leave any fish behind. Like, I will sit there for days. If I see a fish and I know a fish is in there, I will sit there for as long as it takes until I see it again and scoop it out. What media do you use as a setup in your hang-on back? So I only use my hang-on back filters for mechanical filtration. That's it. I don't use it for bio at all. That's what the sponge filter is for. So I fill the back up with just good old quilting batting or whatever it's called. Get it at Walmart or thrift store or wherever you can get batting. And that's what I use. I'm literally choking. Okay. Well, do you need the Heine lick maneuver done? I was just thinking of starting an outdoor tub. I didn't do summer tubs this year. I didn't miss scooping out this weekend. That is definitely the worst part of summer tubbing, is having to empty them. I will never, ever, ever do shrimp outdoors again, because those are the worst to scoop out. Hi, Steenfott. Fish fan from South Africa. 2 a.m. here. Sweet. Oh, yeah, I do remember. You are from... I remember. Definitely not the right time to be starting outdoor tubs. I highly would not recommend it. Well, unless you're doing, like, white clouds or something like that, rice fish, then, yeah, go for it. Yeah, polyfill. That's... I don't know why I call it... I mean, it is batting, but I should just say polyfill. LRB Aquatics does filterless tanks. It's true. It's true. I think, I don't know. I'm not going to say filters are overrated. I just feel like a lot of them are there just to make money for the manufacturers. Yeah, I'm that guy. I said it. A lot of that stuff is like, when Aquarium started putting like the LED light on their hang-on back filter, and like, whenever this light goes off, you need to change your filter media. Come buy new filter media. It's like, no, I'll tell you when I need to replace it. You won't tell me. Or you're going to tell me like every week to go buy new stuff. No, thank you. In which country would you live? Which country would I live in? I would have to visit first. Like, I just can't say. But Ecuador would be on that list. Tanzania would be on that list. Those might be the only two. Yeah, I would say right now those are the only two places that I would go and live and collect fish. I'm in Texas. It's still... Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. My fluvolite grows the best algae. If by best you mean the most. The mostest algae. Yep. You know, the fluvolites can be... Hey, buddy. Can be turned down. Carbon is a scam. I don't believe that one. Carbon is super efficient at removing chlorine and chloramine from your water. It's some of the best stuff you can get to remove chlorine. I'm an African cyclic guy, and between Bob and the co-op, I've certainly changed the way I filter. I either plant them or have plants growing out of them. Makes life easier. Yeah, pothos and African cyclic tanks, money. Can't go wrong there. Just got a pair of Epistogramma Panduro a week ago. Any breeding tips? Actually, the Panduros are pretty easy to breed. You don't have to really adjust, unless your pH is like on the high side, then you might have to lower it down to like 6.5. But If your water's pretty neutral and you just feed them really well, they will pair up and spawn. Well, there's no guarantee that they'll pair up, but they generally should pair up. Oh, poor guy with his cone. You can't scratch your ears, buddy. Your cone is on there. What are you doing? Not gonna make it. Got a 125 fully planted with Lepthrinops, 1 FX4 air and wave makers, 0 issues. I wouldn't think so. Not with that. Yeah. So, anyways, about the Panduros. Yeah, not a hard Episto to breed. Feed them well. Make sure your water is clean, and they'll do the rest. As long as your pH isn't high, like I said. It's still 100 degrees here in Texas. Ooh, that's... I don't miss. We had 100-degree weather this year, and I don't miss it at all. Which freshwater eel can live with community fish? Well, almost all of them, really. Well, that's not entirely true, but there's a group. Any of the smaller ones will do just fine. I saved one teeny killie by adding him to the guppy fry. Finding him again took forever. He had to reach a certain size before I could see the tiny white dot on his head to pull him. Stir-by is added again. Wife found 3 more fry. Nice. Nice. That's going to be one of my first breeding projects. Oh, okay, there we go. Back to slouching. What is this? Back to slouching. Oh, hey. Never a bad day when you find extra stir-by Corydoras in your tank. What's going on here? What's going on here? There we go. Why don't you lay down, buddy? There you go. That poor dog. I haven't changed the sponge in my AquaClear for a year, and it's doing fine. I just clean it. They say change it every 3 months. That is like... That just baffles me when manufacturers say to change the sponge filter like every X amount of months. Like, they literally last forever. Why would I need to change them? See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there. Right there. Took out the carbon and added... Yeah. Yep, I would do the same thing. All right. I'm out. Hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. Triple J Aquatics, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Oh, yeah. Do like a tire track eel or something like that. Why not? Ooh, someone's barbecuing and it smells good. Bob, don't you miss jumping out of airplanes? Yes. The Corys in the background are so cute. Everybody loves Corys. I mean, that Goby's pretty sweet too. Corydoras similis, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that is similis. Had to wait 1 year before they started to mate. Now it's a regular, and we're not even trying. Wait, what? Stir-bys. Oh, stir-bys. Yep. Change it when it rots. I have literally never had a sponge rot, like, ever. maybe I just don't keep them long enough, because I do, like, I'm always moving my tanks around, things like that. So maybe I just haven't kept. But I have sponge filters that are like years old, and still just fine. Like, I don't know why I would need to replace him. See y'all on the flip. Buddy Viper, see you later. See ya later. Oh man, sponge filter is rotting. Which small harmless snake that can do well in a 10 or 12 gallon tank? 10 or 12, 10 or 20. Well, I'm definitely not a snake expert. I don't know that there's a single snake that I would keep in a 10 gallon. Maybe like a hognose snake in a 20 long. Maybe. I'm so tired. Okay. How could you not love Corys? Exactly. Now, Oscars, on the other hand, you see this big, ugly white Oscar. I mean, that is a fish only a mother can love. Now these Oscars, they look good. So I get it. Oscars, not everyone's going to love these. But Corys, like if you don't love Corridoras, then you might be a communist. I don't know. I used to hate Corys, but now I wish I had a tank for every Cory species I could afford. Exactly. I feel like people that don't like Corys have never kept them. If you don't like them, just keep them once. They're so entertaining. They're super active. They school. Really fun. Boy. See on how many salt and pepper Corridoras. I like that autocorrect. Corridors. How many salt and pepper Corridors for a 55-gallon? Boy, as many as you can afford. Maybe, boy, would there be a max? Maybe like 24 max. Also, it depends on what other fish you have in there in your bio load. But like minimum for me would be 8, but max would be like a couple dozen. Brian says, I found some awesome Corys that I had never seen before, but it was immediately let down when I saw their price. Why are Corridoras pantalenenses so expensive? If a fish is expensive, it generally means that they're rare or either hard to breed. And that just goes with like every fish out there. So obviously a rare fish like the pantalenensis, yeah, there's Corys out there that are like almost $200 a piece, and they're just super duper rare. Until people start buying, like, say there's a Corridor out there. I don't know how much those are. Maybe they're like $50 or $60 each. You buy 8 of them, you make 200 babies and sell them for $40 each, and you just made a ton of money. So, I mean, that's why, because people will pay that much for rare fish, spawn them, and then sell them for a lot. And then the more and more and more and more people that do that, the price will eventually come down. Oscars eat everything they can. It's true. No, giant gourami, there's a face only a mother could love. I think the same thing about a parrotfish. I love it when my panda Corys school. They look so cool. I like that you can make your pandas school. Like, there's not a lot of fish that you can make them school. Mostly carnivore, but will eat duckweed and any plants in the tank from what I hear. And not only that they eat them, it's probably more they destroy them and eat some of them, some of it as they're destroying it. Let's see. I know Dan has some pretty rare Corys right now. Let's go take a look. Let's see. Loaches, catfish. Here we go. Corridors. All right, C115, $50 each. So let's say you buy 6 of them. Plus shipping, you're in like $350. The thing with Corys is that when they spawn for like a week straight. So you could easily have like a couple hundred eggs. Grow those out, and even if you sold them for like $20 each, you're still making a grip of money. So I don't know, that kind of makes sense. It's frustrating, but give it 3-4 years and that $50 Cory will probably be a $20 Cory. When these Corys, where are they at? Oh, we're not even in the right video. Hold on. Okay, well, I thought that was going to restart the video. Maybe not. Let's try this one.
And now, on with the show.
Okay, come back. There we go. There they are. So these Corys right here, these Corridoras Adolphoi, right here. These guys were like $30 when they first hit the hobby, and now you can buy them for like $7 or $8. That's not like their average. Their average price is probably around 12, but still, you can pick them up if you're frugal for like $8. So it's just the way it works, unfortunately. Let's see. How the heck do you make them school? You cheat. They'll school after a water change, like religiously. They'll school after any water change. Speaking of Oscars, can you suggest some different tank mates? So I'm definitely not an Oscar person, if that's not completely obvious. I've never kept an Oscar in my life, but I know I always see them with like other Central or South American larger cichlids like Jack Dempsey's, green terrors, like all those ugly Central South American big fish. Why are fish popping out of popcorn bags? Yep. I'm kidding about the cichlids. Calm down, people. I think a green terror is a beautiful fish. Beautiful, if I'm being honest. Panda Cory's breeding like crazy. Haven't been able to raise any fry. I guess I'll watch your video after the stream. Don't watch my video. I've killed every Panda Cory I've ever owned. So I definitely do not have a video of breeding Panda Cory's. Got 12 young pandas. Perfect tank mates for rainbow fry. Do I keep zebra danios? I currently do not have any zebra danios. I have an unnamed rare species of danios that are super amazing, but they are not zebra danios. I do love danios, though. Danios are very similar to rainbow fish, just a little bit more sporadic, spasmatic, whatever, spazoids, whatever, whatever you want to call it. But I find them to be very similar to rainbow fish, which means, of course, I like them. Severums and bickers, by shears is what John keeps with his Oscars, right? For now, until his Oscars decide to kill his bikers, his by shears. Geophagus are so cool. I agree. Absolutely. All of them too. Any earth eater is a cool fish. The C127 Super Parallelis Cories were the most expensive I've had so far at $125. They sold within a day or two. There are others available that would run closer to $300. The CW111 might be even more. So the CW111s I've seen for $200. But that was also on a cache website. Like the website was cached from like 10 years ago. So yeah, they're probably like $300. Man, brutal. But if I got those and bred them, oh man, I'd be a gazillionaire. Son of a quack. Sorry I missed the start in Hawaii this week. Oh, that might be an acceptable excuse. I found some half coconut shells on the beach. Can I just boil them and put them in a tank? Same for beach roots. Yeah, I don't see why not. I currently have 4 young Julii Corridoras at the bottom of a 40-gallon tank with praecox and frittata rainbow fry. They are great for raising together. Yeah, I mean, Corridoras and rainbows are just great together at any stage of the life cycle. Just an amazing combination. I can't wait to get into breeding Corys. I don't know why. I feel like my heater just kicked on and I haven't. Huh. Interesting. Is phosphate flourish from Seachem a good, safe product? Yeah, it's safe, but if I'm being honest, I find a lot of the Seachem fertilizers to be really watered down. It's just, I don't know. In my experience, I've used almost any fertilizer you can find out there, and it just seems like the Seachem stuff is pretty well watered down, but it's definitely safe. 100% safe. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yep. Sorry. I'm getting distracted by some other chat here. I wish I could say it won't happen again, but it will. It always does. Let me get the real chat back. Here we go. Hot flash getting old? No, maybe I'm just pregnant. I don't know. No, I swear, like the vent for the central air system is right here. And I don't know why heat would be coming out of it right now because it's like 80 degrees outside. Have you ever done a school of rainbow cichlids with a redhead cichlid? Nope. Can't say that I have. What would you recommend for adding phosphate? Thanks, dude. When I did my high-tech tanks, like CO2, the whole works, I did dry ferts. And if you really want to nerd out on plants and like go to the next level, I would highly recommend Dry Ferts because you can customize it to exactly what you need for your water. Specifically for me, I had to buy lots of phosphate for my planted tanks because it's basically non-existent out of the tap here. So I was always adding extra phosphate, and yeah, so it's definitely not something I would recommend for like people that are new to the hobby, or maybe you're not like a super plant nerd. Then just go with just some regular liquid fertilizer. But yeah, if you really want to nerd out on plants and take it to the next level, I would get all the Dry Ferts you can. It's a lot of fun if you're into that sort of thing, obviously. Any tips on using ick or treating ick? Never had an issue before, but I do now. So my advice is do exactly what it says on the bottle. There's a lot of people that will get something like ick, and maybe your fish only has like a couple of ick spots on it, and you're like, well, it says a whole catful for 20 gallons, but I'm only going to do a half dose. And so they treat a half dose because they think it's going to be, less toxins in your tanks, whatever. And then it just never works. I've done it too. I've been, when I first got back into the hobby, I was like, I'm just going to half dose it just to be safe. Well, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what dose you need. So do exactly what it says. You put in the dose, give it 2 days, do the water change. If it says do it again, but just do exactly what it says on the treatment. Don't do half doses. Have you ever bred any rainbow shiners? Nope. Currently raising a school of 20 plus young rainbow shiners and hope to spawn them. No. Nope. It would be a cool fish to spawn. They don't have the longest life cycle, but it's a fish that takes a long time to grow out. And yeah, I ordered a bunch of shiners and got sent fish that I have no idea what they are. They came in as fry. I assumed they were all rainbow shiners, but only 2 were. And now I have no idea what the other fish are. Please, folks, let's keep the self-promotion out of chat unless Bob asked you. Thanks. Ooh, don't make Zen Ginger mad at you. Any advice for breeding killifish? Well, it depends. I have never had interest in breeding killifish. It just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just doesn't. It's a pretty detailed process on most of those species. You're gonna have species like Norman's lamp-eye killifish that are like super easy to breed, but the ones that like come out of the water and you gotta put their eggs in like peat moss and oh my gosh, no, thank you. Have you read any? Oh, rainbow shiners already got that one. Do you think flag cichlids festivus? Not a huge festivum. No, I'm just not big into the Central American cichlids. Retreat all the days specified. Yeah, just follow the directions to a T. Especially ick. I mean, really any of them. Just do exactly what it says, or it's just not going to work. Regina says, I'm so tardy. Sorry, not my fault. We had a 3-alarm fire in my area this afternoon. 4 planes, multiple copters, and scores of ground firefighters, which are still mopping up hotspots. Scary. I think we'll call that an acceptable tardy. Normally I wouldn't, but for you, we'll call that an acceptable tardy. No detention for you. Have you ever kept a dwarf caiman? Nope, and I never would. And is their size 5 feet, about the same size as a red-tailed catfish? What? Brian Dan and Dan's Fish is a wealth of killifish knowledge. Hit him up. Wednesday's live stream. Yeah, Dan's Fish is definitely the guy to go to for killifish. I don't know. A lot of people I've known. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I've known a few people that have bought killifish eggs and have never been successful with it. And I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get into it, but so far in this journey of the hobby, I've never been interested in breeding killies. Festivus for the rest of us. I agree. A good morning to you too, sir. Christian, good morning. Good to see you. What? Who has this brine shrimp hatchery? Is it worth it? Zen says, I do not, but I know 2 people have used them for over a month or so and love them. Everyone that I know that uses them loves them. People complain about the price, but I don't know. To me, I think it's probably worth it. I don't know what they're called, but could yellow or gold killifish go in a 20 high? Well, most killifish are going to go do well in a 20 high. With black neons or glow light. There are some killifish that are pretty hyper aggressive, so you'll want to find out the exact type and make sure they're not super hyper aggressive. Have you ever met the bearded fish keeper? Yeah, are you talking about Kyle? Of course. Love the brine shrimp hatchery. Yeah, I've got like 6 of them, and I'll be setting them up in the new fish room. I know Danny has 2 of them running, like just nonstop all the time, and loves them. I think the biggest complaint I've ever seen is the price. And really, if it's something you're gonna buy and use forever, it's not even that expensive. It's not something that's gonna break. It's probably gonna last for forever unless you like drop it or something. Tips on keeping hatchet fish. Yes, get a lid. Lids. More lids. Tight fitting lids. When you're doing water change, keep your lids on if you can, because hatchet fish, they're surface dwellers. They will jump, and they will especially jump when doing water changes because they get skittish, they get afraid. I've lost a couple doing water changes, so that's my advice. Otherwise, very easy fish to take care of. Okay, y'all help me make up my mind. Thank you so much. I have 2 running 24/7. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm like I said, I have 6 of them. Eventually, I'll set them up, and I think it's gonna be pretty neat. But like I said, until I actually use one, I can't really comment on it. But I know other people love them. Oh, what is my favorite snake? Probably the carpet python. Any variation of the carpet python. To be fair, that's pretty much the only snake I've ever really kept. I've had ball pythons. I find them incredibly boring. And obviously, garter snakes. But do you think ghost shrimp is the best plant aquarium? Wait, do I think ghost shrimp is the best in plant aquarium or variety of color shrimp? No, I don't think ghost shrimp are. They're hard to see. I would much rather go with like any variant of a cherry shrimp. New chat members, don't forget to give Bob a like. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'm not even tracking where we're at anymore. I'm just trusting that you all are doing it. Oh wow, I'm really not tracking it. I don't even know how to get back to it. I'm not going to screw with it because I might cancel the stream on accident. All right, moving on. How's Dean doing? I assume well. I haven't talked to Dean in a very long time. How about hognose snakes? I think they're cute. Yeah, hognose snakes are pretty cool. I've never kept one though, so I can't really say it's my favorite if I've never kept it. 6 blenders, one can only dream. I love California king snakes. They kill and eat rattlers. All right. Stir fry guy just got off work. What's going on, buddy? Species only tank for a 20 tall Iwagumi. I'm thinking just want to pack the heck out of the tank, but can't decide on the fish. Maybe CPDs. The tank is very, very heavily planted. I don't know. You ask me, Patrick. Obviously, I'm going to say rainbow fish. I'm going to say pseudomcgills. CPDs. I've never been a fan of them. I've kept them twice, and both times they were incredibly shy. They never came out. I was very disappointed. And yeah, I know there's people out there, and their CPDs are rolling around in the open, just not giving a crap. But for me, I haven't had good luck with them. They're really skittish and shy, and I don't know. Jumping hatchets sound dangerous. Yep. Definitely. Dean is in San Francisco. Well, that much I knew. But I haven't seen Dean in person in a long time. I do need to pick his brain here pretty soon. That's the only reason I know he's in San Francisco. It's because I was going to reach out to him, but I'm not going to bug him when he's down there. I know him and Zenzo are probably hanging out. I know the manufacturing is a blender-based thingy, but every time someone references the Brine Trip blender, I just vision the sea monkeys smoothies in my brain. I don't know that I'm going to set up all 6. I'm definitely going to do 2. I like the idea of having 2 running, opposite of each other. But I also have my brine shrimp pond, so I don't really need to. I don't need to set up like 6 of them. I don't even remember how I ended up with so many of them. But yeah, I do. I do have a lot. Maybe we'll do a giveaway one of these days once I'm all moved and unpacked and can take inventory of all the stuff I have. Maybe I can start doing some giveaways. Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. You got the 2-year icon there. All right. Have you done any insect tanks? No. Well, nothing permanent. Nothing permanent. I used to catch them as kids, but I never kept them for any length of time. What else we got going on? Welcome back, Bob. Welcome back. Hognose snakes can be kept in a 10-gallon, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, I would never do one in a 10-gallon. Ship me a couple. I'll put them to good use. I'm sure. I know I have to go through them because I know I did get a couple off like the scratch and dent return shelf out of their warehouse. So either they were missing parts or damaged. And I was at the warehouse with Corey one time a long time ago, and he was like, "This is our rack of like scratch and dent and stuff that was missing parts or something." And he's like, "Here's a couple of them." I think I got like 2 or 3 out of that stack to make like one whole one. So I definitely got to go through them. See, Bob, you don't have the Celestial Pearl Danios from the Honey Badger location. I see. That might be my problem. Bob, Corey was eating your brains out. They're going to be very disappointed. Talk about poor nutritional value. There's not much left up there. Dang, I still have 2 months until my 2-year membership. Ooh, 2 years. Oh, man. K-Stew, I had a few flower horns, but they were honorary cusses? What? I think hognose snakes should be kept in 20-gallon tanks. Yeah, I agree. Like, I know there's people that are doing them in 10, and I'm not like the most savvy snake guy. I'm a lizard guy, but what I do know is I would never keep them in a 10. In my personal experience, CBD are usually out more in groups of 30 plus. When I got my first group, I never saw them until I got 12, then saw 2 or 3, and that might be it. I mean, that makes sense. I don't think I've ever done more than like maybe 10 at a time. Well, I've only tried it twice, and so I can pretty confidently say I've never done them in large groups like that. Do you keep Corridore Julii? Currently, I do not have any, but yes, I have kept them. But currently, I do not have any. I just got the 1-year mark. So the pufferfish is the 1-year mark. I don't even know. I'm like the worst membership manager. Something I don't even know what to call it. But I'm pretty much the worst at memberships. Oh man. I don't know if that's not a good selling point. I don't know what is. But we do have fun live streams, so I do got that going for me. Anyways, moving along. What have I missed here? Nothing? All right, then I'm going to take a quick break. It's time for a water change. I'll be right back. Water change complete. Oh boy, much better. Anyone know any good ways to tell Julii and false Julii apart? You know, I used to be able to tell you that. I forget. Is it just that one is bigger than the other? Honestly, I don't remember. Anybody have any suggestions for very low light terrestrial plants other than mosses and pothos for a bioactive vivarium? Danny, ask me that one again in like 3 months. I am going to be setting up at least 3 paludariums, and I'm going to be doing all of that research myself. I will tell you, if you're not watching Serpa Design, you should definitely head on over to his name is Tanner. You should check out his channel. Probably one of the best paludarium channels on YouTube. You can get a ton of good ideas over there, and I've just been like chain watching them, trying to learn as much as I can, and especially about the plants. So not yet, but hopefully soon I will be able to answer that question. Man, there's like 4 people barbecuing in my neighborhood right now. And I can smell it all. It smells so good. Water change, like rally. Yep. Anyways, yeah. What else we got going on? We got a few more. Well, we still got 20 minutes to go. One of my African dwarf frogs died a few months ago. No, sorry to hear that. Assistant to the regional manager. Yeah. Assistant to the membership manager. I've got some Congo tetrafry growing out. Any ideas how fast they grow? There's the link for Serpa Design. Definitely check it out if you're into paludariums. You shan't be disappointed. It's very, very... He does a fantastic job on paludariums. Tetrafry in general grow out pretty fast. I would feed them 3 times a day if you want them to grow fast, and I would do probably daily water changes. If you can't do daily, I would definitely do twice daily. Types of Pilia are good for low light plants as well as lots of ferns. Oh snap, I forgot it was Monday. Man, I had one of those days last week. Like last week, I swear I lost all sense of just time and days and everything. And I woke up on Sunday thinking that I had to stream, thinking it was Monday, and all day like I thought it was Monday. And then I was moving a load of crap, and my dad was helping me move, and we moved some of the bigger tanks and stuff, so he was helping me. He said mentioned something about being Sunday, and I was like, no, dude, it's Monday. What's wrong with you? And he's like, what's wrong with you? I was just like, and then even after, like, I knew it was Sunday, it just still felt like Monday, and 4 o'clock rolls around, and it just felt really weird. I just felt like I had to stream, like something was wrong. I don't know, man. It was just a weird, like, I don't even know what to call it. It was just weird. Like, I knew it was Sunday, but I still thought it was Monday. We're having shrimp for dinner, but not on the barbie. Garlic and pasta. Garlic shrimp pasta. Sounds pretty good. I go for some brisket, sausage, burnt ends. I hate when they don't burn the ends. Pulled pork and pork rinds. I don't know about those pork rinds, man. I looked last time I went grocery shopping, and I was like, this does not look good at all. I was almost down to try it, but after looking at them, I was like, no thanks. No thank you. My zebra obliquitans killed my frontosa last night. That does not surprise me in the least. I mean, you're talking about a pretty aggressive fish. Like, if you value your other fish, you would not keep zebra obliquitans with them. I mean, all Victorian cichlids generally are going to murder something at some point. Here's the problem with the zebra obliquitans. It is such a beautiful fish. Like, I don't know anyone who could see one and not want it. Like, it is definitely a fish that if it's all fired up, if it's the alpha male in your tank at the pet store, and you see that thing, it's just beautiful. You're gonna impulse buy it. Like, I mean, I don't know how you couldn't. It's such a cool fish. And then you're gonna get it home, and you'll be like, yeah, this fish is so pretty. And then it's just gonna murder everything in the tank. You keto? Keto? What? Keto? No. My dwarf Mexican crayfish died randomly yesterday. It was so sad. Don't know why. That's always pretty frustrating, but you kind of have to roll with that one in this hobby, especially when you're dealing with like hundreds of fish and one dies. It's so frustrating when you don't know what it is, because you don't know how to stop it from happening again if you don't know what it is. But unless you're gonna send it off to get an autopsy for hundreds of dollars. Completely cost effective, so simple, and they work. Sponge filters for the win. I agree. I am big on sponge filters. You got to get the pork rinds without the fat attached. The fat is gross, but the just skin rinds. Just the word pork rinds sounds disgusting. Like, I cannot get past just the word. I don't know. Can't do it. Wait. What do we got? And then you could try prayer plants and wandering Jew. Sorry, don't know scientific name. Both are going in my tanks. Just an ambient light in the garage. Thanks, but I'm not doing a paludarium. I'm doing a vivarium. So most of the same plants are used in both paludariums and vivariums and terrariums. All of the above. They don't really need water. I don't smoke seafood. It absorbs too much and just tastes like hickory and cedar. Tastes like I'm licking a Home Depot. Well, I would advise not to lick Home Depot, but I can understand it. I mean, some of the smells when you're walking through the wood section, especially cedar, maybe you want to lick it. You know, it smells good. You just want to have a little taste. But I would strongly advise against it. Pork rinds are the bomb dipped in mayo. This just keeps getting more disgusting. Like, nothing dipped in mayo. Mayo doesn't make anything better. It never does. Man, when they put mayonnaise on burgers, I swear I lose my freaking mind. Oh. Frontosas are gentle giants, even if they do eat Cyprichromis. Yep. I wouldn't, yeah. Frontosas, they are, oh man, when I got back into the hobby, there was this giant Frontosa tank on YouTube, and I just thought, that is freaking amazing. I want a gigantic Frontosa tank. And then after researching Frontosas, I was like, okay, maybe I don't. Don't lick Home Depot. Noted. Good. You know, keep that one. Keep that note with you at all times. My AquaClear made the power go out for a couple of seconds. Then I plugged it into a different outlet. You probably got a grounded outlet, not a grounded AquaClear, but I guess it's possible. Any pork rinds I've ever seen had bits of hair on it. Sounds about right. Honestly, with a name like that, sounds about right. I had mayo on a salad today. So gross. Lick the wood. Wait. I should probably start reading these before I say them out loud. Well, Bob, you're just wrong. Not the first time, won't be the last. I'm wrong about a lot of things. But mayo? Mayonnaise? Ugh. I'm so glad I restrained myself Saturday when I was at the. I've been pretty much like the Home Depot is almost in my daily routine lately, and I get it. It's tempting. It's tempting. Life and death for a fish is a weird thing. I've had fish die for no apparent reason. I've had fish die under impossible conditions, live under impossible conditions. Pay your money, take your chances. Yep. In one of my 75-gallon tanks, I was actually running a sump. I disconnected the sump months and months and months ago and just put on a hang-on back and a sponge filter just to make things easier while I, condense and move. And this was like on a Tuesday. I tore down that tank, took all the fish out, moved the tank and the sump out into the garage, and then the next day, Danny came over to help me move, and she looked in the sump, and there was a yo-yo loach in there, and there must have been like this much water in like one corner of the sump, and I didn't even think to look in the sump because I've had it disconnected for so long. And it was still alive in that just itty bitty little water in the corner out in the cold garage. I'm telling you, it's crazy what they can live through, and it's crazy how fragile they can be sometimes. It makes no sense. Can you keep African dwarf frogs with black skirt tetras? Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Right Zen, my nightstand has cedar. Don't want my PJs to smell all night. Don't they make like chest and stuff out of cedar for like clothes chest to keep like moths and stuff out? I don't know. Anyways, moving on. I think it's just a texture. Bob's favorite 10-gallon bow front with an aqua clear and some chicken rinds on top of the lid. There you go. You know me too well, my friend. You know me too well. I happen to love mayo, but I hate Miracle. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Miracle Whip. Okay, yeah, Miracle Whip. Get out of here with that crap. Mayo, I do mayo on sandwiches. I guess, yeah. I take back everything I say about mayo and apply that to Miracle Whip. How about that? Cedar smells great, though. I love the smell of cedar. I agree. Mayo is just eggs, oil, and vinegar. It's not the devil. Yeah, but vinegar is what does it for me. I'm not a big vinegar person. But I will say mayo is way better than Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. FYI, Hellman's Mayo is best food mayo on the West Coast. Cedar keeps the bugs away. So it is a thing then. It is a thing. All right. I wonder what it is about cedar that keeps the bugs away. I like Miracle Whip. Best water conditions for Pseudomugil luminatus, 10 fish in a 10 gallons. You could do 10 in a 10 gallon pretty easily. They're fairly small fish. I keep mine right or in the mid 70s, neutral pH, so right around 7.0. Lots of plants. They love plants. And yeah, I've kept luminatus many times, and I keep them that way every single time. The fire alarm just went off because one of my siblings burnt something. Fire guy. I'm allergic to eggs, so I have to eat Miracle Whip. Oof. That'd be a tough one for me. I don't know that I could deal being allergic to eggs. I had 4 eggs for breakfast this morning. I pretty much have 4 eggs for breakfast almost every morning. I drilled a hole in my tank, add a bulkhead, and now I can't find a hose to fit the end. What to do? Can you get an adapter for the bulkhead to either size it down or size it up, whichever way you need to go? Or measure it and take it to your hardware store and see if they can order you the correct size hose. A lot of the hardware stores can order stuff for you. So maybe one of those two scenarios will work out for you. Was going to get the blue dwarf Mexican, but they were gray. LFS said they'd get blue when older. True. So I've never kept the blue ones. I have heard that when they're gray, they're stressed. When they're happy, they'll turn more blue. But again, I've never kept them, so I have no personal experience with that. But that's just what I've heard, or what I've read, researched, whatever you want to call it. Bulk reef supply usually has adapters, but that won't fix it right away. Yeah, well, nothing's gonna fix it right away at this point. But yeah, look at bulk reef supply. Is it just bulkreefsupply.com? I don't remember. It's been a minute since I've been on that website. Cedar sap also. Oh, here we go. We got some cedar knowledge here. Cedar sap keeps the wood from absorbing odors and mold and mildew spores. Interesting. I guess that's why they use it for fences, right? Makes sense. That's why they use it in closets. Interesting. And here, I just thought everyone liked the smell, just like me. I don't know. I want to do like cedar siding on the inside of my room. Just because I love the smell. I don't know. There's just something about that smell. I love it, all right? When I go to Home Depot, I walk down the cedar fencing aisle just so I can smell it. Call me weird, whatever. I use both. I love them. I feed BBS every day to most of my fish. It's too much money, but stay neater than me for DIY bottles. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of DIY brine shrimp hatcheries. I don't even think I would try it just to say I tried it. But anyway, subscribers only mode. Okay, never saw that mode. Nice. Yep, you do have to be a subscriber to comment in this chat. Keeps the trolls at bay. You have to, and you just can't hit subscribe and chat. You have to hit subscribe, and then you have to sit here for 20 minutes, and then you can troll. So, if you're gonna troll here, you have to put in the work. Cedar leaves are natural medicine, and the leaves are edible. Wow. How long is the stream? Yep, 10 more minutes, and then it's dinner time. Me, when it's Monday on Steenfott Aquatics channel, refresh to find stream. Interesting. I schedule these on Monday morning, so you should be able to just go to my channel and see the stream set up. You lick the cedar lumber and Minute Bomb. I have a cedar toothbrush. Does that count for anything? Almost kind of the same thing. I don't know. Co-op has the best setup for brine. I wouldn't call it. Well, I guess I would call it the best. There's definitely room for improvement on that Zis brine filter. Like a lot of room for improvement. The thing that's so annoying is the stand. Like all they have to do, and maybe they've done it. I don't know. Maybe it's already been fixed, but all of mine are the short stand that you can't even fit your hand under. It's so annoying. It seems like such a easy oversight, you know, like this. So whoever tested it should have like tried to stick their hand under it and been like, oh, the stand needs to be just a couple inches taller. I'm a 1 month on 1 month off 3 months type member. Hey, you'll never hear me complain. I have the co-op brine shrimp hatchery. It's easy, does not take much time, and the fish will hunt down the little critters for hours. Fun to watch. I mean, they're just fun to watch in general. Like even if you don't have fish, watching brine shrimp, I don't know. There's just something about seeing like 5 billion brine shrimp running around your aquarium. How long can plants survive through shipping? Order some from the co-op, and they shipped 3 days ago. A long time. I would not even be worried about it. When I used to sell plants, I had one that was delayed like 3 weeks, and the plants showed up just fine. Now it does depend on the plants. Like Anubias can last way longer than like stem plants, but still. Anything under a week, you should have no worries about. When you start getting into that, okay, it's been 7 days, maybe I'll start worrying a little bit. But with the co-op, you probably just get refunded or reshipped anyways. So really no need to. That's one nice thing about the co-op. You know, if it's been weeks or something happened, they usually just reship them. So there's no need to stress at all, really. Smallest freshwater eel, like, are there any species for like a 40? I'm not really an eel person. Well, then why do you want to know? Oh, excuse me. Yes, there are definitely probably like 2 or 3 species of eels that are commonly available that stay smaller, like the tire track eel. There's another one that I can't remember. There's just 2 more that I can't remember, but they're definitely out there. Need to start thawing out a rat here soon. Gosh, what are the other? There's like 3 eels that are super common that stay small. Drawing a blank here, people. Uh-oh. Okay, nope. Let's see. No. What am I looking for? Okay, what do we got here? Yep, tire track eel, the spiny eel, and the zigzag eel. Those are the ones. I'd probably go with the zigzag eel myself. Uh-oh. Why can't I move this? There we go. Licking wood, small eels, take your pick. How big do rope eels get? So they're rope fish. And I'd say probably about 18, 20 inches, give or take a couple inches. All right, Bob, with objective criticism of his good bud's business. Wait, what do you mean? Are you talking about the Zis hatchery? I mean, it's not like Co-op made them, so can't really give too much. You know, it's more of the Zis overlooked at the Zis, not the Co-op. Try rope fish 2 would work. Richard, you're not making this any easier. Richard, don't be a Richard. Come on. Zen Ginger, you are priceless. Priceless, Zen Ginger. Because I would like to get into them, maybe. I don't know. Benjamin, I'm just busting your balls, man. Eels are awesome. I love them. Anything eel like. Yeah, sorry. I was just trolling you a little bit. I set my Zis on a counter and put a cup in an open drawer under the hose to collect. The stand does suck, and it was definitely a stupid design mistake, like how Corey hangs several from a 2x4. Yeah. I mean, that's really the way to do it. Mains, Tails, Ferns, and Fins says, hey, Bob, check your email soon. I emailed you a while back. Mains, Tails, Furs, and Fins, check your email because I emailed you back. So, la-dee-da. I better make sure I actually sent that. Oops. Let's just make sure I actually sent that email. Let's see. Let's see. Sent mail. Sent mail. Hopefully I sent this after that. Yikes. Jess, yep. I sent you an email back at 8:23 a.m. September 3rd. I think. Yep. September 3rd, 8:23 a.m. I am the worst at sending emails or responding to emails. I will say that. But I did actually respond to this one, and I can just tell you right now, it's going to be a couple weeks before my mornings are free, unless you do it on like a weekend. It's just the mornings are the only time I have help moving. And so until I'm done moving, it's kind of hit or miss. Also, Wednesdays are out because I go to and I still volunteer at the animal shelter. So yeah, mornings are just really busy right now for me. But it's still on my agenda. I haven't forgotten about you. I will be on your show, but probably not until I'm completely moved or just so much to do right now, and the only time I get help is in the morning. Okay, thank you. I'm patient. I do lurk though. I do lurk in the live streams there, and same with Skipper. Man, I still need. I don't even know if he'll still have me. But yeah, I need to get on his too as well if he'd still have me. Rope fish look for every open hole to escape. Just make sure you secure every open hole. Yes, and they love climbing out of the outtake of your hang-on back filter if you have one. So you really got to watch them, make sure they don't crawl out of your outtake of your hang-on back filter. He did a video showing how to build a taller stand. It was someone's idea that he really liked. Cheap build, simple PVC. Yeah. Yep. So there's that. You can hang them. You can do the PVC stand. Personally, if I buy a product, I feel like I shouldn't have to build something to accommodate that product. Okay. We buy Aquarium, you have to build a stand. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like this is supposed to be an all-in-one, and it works really well. You can't knock it, except for the stupid stand. Like they need to fix the stand. Just fix it already. Just do it. Do it. And it's 7 a.m. for Bob when the aquatic morning show starts. So he might. I still get up at 3:30 every day. 7 a.m. ain't nothing. If I got up at 7, I would feel like I already wasted the entire day. I get up at 7. It's already 10 on the East Coast. They've been up for hours. They're way ahead of me. Can't let that happen. So I get up at 3:30. Still 6:30 on the East Coast. All those schmucks are still in bed. That way I get the jump start on the East Coasters. Actually, you find the stand perfect if I sit on the counter and settle and use a little airline to drain it down my sleeve. Just kidding. My sieve in the tank. Salt water goes down the drain. Then I feed and reset. Benjamin, bye. See you later, buddy. You shouldn't have to redesign the dang thing. And it's been, I just feel like it's been out long enough now. Like you think that Zis would have fixed it by now. Like just make it a little bit longer. It's just 2 inches. Just 2 inches. I know you think it's a nice size, but it needs to be bigger. Everyone's complaining it's too small. It's just needs to be bigger. I saw a video saying that rope fish stop trying to escape if you give them a dry area, like what you do for turtles. Never tried it though. I know someone who had rope fish that would climb out and sit on the lid and then climb back in, which I thought was really neat. What is that dwarf rainbow in your YouTube logo? It's not a dwarf rainbow. It's actually a Herbert axelrodi, or the yellow rainbow fish. 3:30, that's when I go to bed half the time. I don't get up till like 9. I'm telling you, once you get on the early train, it is just so much better. I so much prefer getting up early than staying up late. Speaking of Zis, anybody use their egg tumbler? I haven't used that either, but I have only heard good things about that too. So I've actually never used egg tumblers, and I don't know that I ever would, honestly. Not me. I'm up at 4 a.m. on the East Coast. Oh, Curtis, now I got to start getting up at 12:45 a.m. every day. I'm going to do it out of spite too, buddy. You watch me. The bigger, the better. I mean, that's what they say. That's why I stay nice and big and fat, because they say bigger the better. So, I do what I can do. Okay, let's talk about something else before this starts getting even more weird. I have to be at work at 5:30. Oh man, I used to work at 8:30, and I hate getting off at like 4 or 5. Oh, it's the worst. Started waking up at 6 a few years back and been so much more productive. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. You and me too. I go to bed late, get up at 6:15 every morning. Sucks. Yeah, I'm to the point now. Like if I don't wake up early, like my whole day is ruined. Like even if I get up at like 6:30 or 7, like man, I gotta be ready to work at 6 a.m. Like I get up at 3, I go to the gym, and I have to be back home. Breakfast has to be made by 6. I have to be ready to work by 6. Anyways. 3:30 wake time. Is this why the game channel disappeared? Well, honestly, the game channel just wasn't getting any traction at all. It was super fun. And honestly, I may bring it back, but it would be under that. The gaming channel is now the outdoor channel, so it's never coming back. But if I do bring it back, it'll be under the Swiss Kebab channel. And that's a big if. That's a big if. I've got so much. I mean, like the list of priorities, like the gaming channel is so far down that list. So much coffee. I worked 4 a.m. shifts for 3 years, up at 4 p.m. Oh, man. I leave 2 inches of water down in my tank. This way they come up to the surface for air if they feel the need. Normally they just stay on the bottom of the tank. I would love to do a rope fish paludarium. Let me see. I'm going to see if somebody actually bought those rope fish, because just saying rope fish paludarium kind of makes me want to buy them. But we'll see. We'll see. Somebody said they were going to buy them. Oh, there's still 4 there. Oh, man. So tempting. Still 15 Congo spotted puffers, people. Come on. They were all the rage last year. Knife fish. Knife fish. What else do we got here? The goby selection is freaking insane. Which ones? I wanted the, what was it, like the orange cheek or something like that? Which gobies did I want? They might already be sold out. Oh man, the teardrop goby. Anyways, I'll look at this later. I need to go. Sorry, that's all right. It is actually time to go. That's my goal. I never get up before 8 a.m. on the weekends. More like 9:30. I miss Swiss Kebab. We never see Jimmy anymore. Yeah, that dude's pretty busy too. I know he would get them before the stream was done. Oh man. If my paludarium was already set up, I would absolutely buy him right now. But anyways, it is dinner time here. The dogs need to eat. I need to eat. Joe Campbell coming in with the $1 super chat. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And to everyone else who super chatted, thank you very much. It's much, much, much appreciated. And everyone who came out and was chatting or lurking, pretty much all 200 of you all. I appreciate you all coming out. And everyone who watches this afterwards, I appreciate that too. Mods, you're super awesome. Thanks for links and silencing people and timing out people. Ooh, somebody just got timed out. Who's selling the rope fish? I got mine from Aquatic Arts, and he is great for questions you have. Dan at Dan's Fish. Which is my favorite dwarf rainbow? Pseudomagil luminatus. Pseudomagil luminatus. How was the elk burger? Oh, it's so good. I was surprised at how much flavor it has for being so lean, but it's really good. I'm going to be having me another one here in about 10 minutes. So as Kamantha says, have an amazing week all, and I will see you. Videos coming back soon, actually making videos again. So yeah, look forward to that. If not, if you're not looking forward to that, hopefully you're looking forward to next Monday on the live stream. Members, I'll see you this weekend on the members live stream, and have a great week. And